Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. All right, everybody, stay safe out there. I know we're getting agitated. It's getting longer and longer and stuff like that. When we at home, trying to do what we do. Everybody stay safe. People that gotta work their essential jobs, hats off to you and everything. God bless everybody first before we get into somebody, it's boxing, which is just something that's not happening anyway, but it's something to talk about. Two things going on that caught my eye, right? I'd say the best for last, but one of them was Gary Russell, right? Champion, one of them weights 126 pounds. Gary Russell, good boxer. When you talk about the fastest hands in boxing, his name will come up. Gary Russell Jr. He only has one loss, and his loss to Lomachenko, right? And he used to come out lately and said Lomachenko shouldn't be number one pound for pound in anybody's book because he got a gift against me and he lost against Salido too, right? We see that they tried to take that loss from him and like he didn't do it, right? And another thing they took from Lomachenko is went back and watched the fight against Gary Russell Jr. I think Lomachenko nicked the fight, but nicked it, right? Definitely just nicked it because first of all, Lomachenko got knocked down in round 9. Man, this is ridiculous. And what's funny is, normally they show, the knockdown between rounds. They showed everything. They didn't even show the knockdown, right? And after round 10, Lomachenko hit him with a nice little counter right hand, put it Gary Russell's head back. You know, they showed that. A knockdown, we were talking about this when I was talking about Dillian White versus Joseph Parker. When Joseph Parker was knocked down in round 2, right? But it was a headbutt. A knockdown in boxing has to become just like goal line technology in soccer or football. You have to find out if it was a knockdown or not, right? And then you put it, and it has to be scored as such, no matter what the judges scored. You have to take the time because there's enough time to find out if that was a knockdown or not. Lomachenko was knocked down, two rights to the body, and a left hand on over the top. Bam, and he goes down and gets up real quick and says no. And Jack White, Rice again, the one who gave Tyson Fury that long count, automatically, no, it wasn't a knockdown. And no one addressed that. Absolutely ridiculous. An obvious knockdown. So Gary Russell Jr. should have all, he lost that fight to Lomachenko, but it was still close, split decision. But he had some issues with weight he was talking about, so he wants to fight him again. He doesn't think he's number one pound for pound. Hey man, you guys go back, just watch that fight again, and you'll see that Gary Russell Jr. was the busier fighter. I think Lomachenko landed the harder punches, but the most punches landed was from Gary Russell Jr. Depending on what you like. Like I said, I think that Lomachenko nicked it, but with that knockdown, that probably should have been a draw because it was a legitimate knockdown. There's no, I mean, if anybody's disputing that, it's ridiculous. I hear at the time they think about their feet got caught up. No, they didn't. He just got knocked down. It was no knockdown that where he was extremely hurt or anything. Lomachenko got back up and things was going on, but it was a knockdown nonetheless. When you get hit and you go down, it's a knockdown. So, I agree with the Gary Russell Jr. anyway because I don't think Lomachenko is number one pound for pound. Awesome, yes, but number one pound for pound in front of Terence Crawford, hell no. And that's been that for a long. So it's nothing new here at all, right? We'll see what happens when Lomachenko fights, not Lopez, with him, but Devin Haney too. Especially after Devin Haney said he ain't losing to a white boy. So that I think that Lomachenko should be knocking at his door, right? Hard, right? You know what I'm saying? But let's see what happens. We have that's neither here nor there. Other thing is the most avoided guy in boxing, or one of them for sure, that I talk about like all the time, right? Is Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade at 160 pounds, WBO champion. A lot of people talk about him like he's some prospect that's 22 years old or something, and they've been avoiding him because he's young. Man, they've been avoiding him forever. He's 31 years old. I don't have to talk about Demetrius Andrade anymore. Just put in Doma and Demetrius Andrade and be like, damn, Doma, do you talk about anybody else? Because I talk about guys like Andrade, Yamo Rigondeaux, Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, guys that are not getting their just due in boxing or being overlooked and cheated, right? Stuff like that. Then I'll hone in on that. So Demetrius Andrade has been said by Sean Porter, a great 147 pounder welterweight. Sean Porter said Demetrius Andrade is the best champion at 160 pounds. And I don't think that, I just no doubt about it, really. You can say, well, what, Charlo? But it can't be Canelo. or Golovkin because they ain't trying to fight him. And I've been complaining about that for the longest, and we let it go, right? But let's just read the article. What did it say? He says, the champion. So let's just read what article. It's finally an article that had, both sides of it. A lot of people try to ignore Demetrius Andrade, and for obvious reasons, right? He's not getting the fights, stuff like that, but with championship belts. People, who you fought? Don't matter who I fought. I'm a champion. I was 154 champion too. Who I fought? Didn't matter who you fought, right? I was the champion. Then when Liam Smith gets the belt, then Canelo goes and fight him, right? Think about that. So who Liam Smith had fought? We don't never ask that question. When they ask who he fought, trust me, that guy is probably bad. Awesome. Because like Golovkin fighting Camille Samaretta right now. Ain't nobody asking who he fought. Think about it. But let me read the article. Anyway, Sean Porter believes that WBO middleweight champion Dennis Boo Boo Andrade is #1 champ at 160 pounds. No? Unfortunately, let me make sure I get it. Unfortunately for the 2008 U.S. Olympian Andrade, 29-0 with 18 knockouts. By the way, he's undefeated. He's been frozen out by the other champions at middleweight, as well as former WBO belt holder Billy Joe Saunders. Right? Billy Joe Saunders is the guy, by the way, who's going to get the fight with Canelo, and he didn't fight Demetrius Andrade because he was doped. Right? Now Billy Joe Saunders can't make 160 anymore. He's at 168 and still won't fight Demetrius Andrade because he'll come up and get him there. Think about that, by the way. But anyway, the talented southpaw hasn't been able to get the other champions like Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, and Jamal Charlo to face him. Being frozen out by the other top fighters has kept Andrade trapped and stupefied and unable to rise to join the other elite level middleweights as a superstar. Yeah, okay, I agree so far. You know what I mean? That's the sad part about boxing. It's not like organized sports where teams are forced to fight each other. In boxing, fighters often avoid dangerous guys that have the skills to beat them. In the best possible world, warriors like Canelo and Gennady Golovkin would face Andrade and prove they can beat him. Right? Is there anything wrong with that? That's what we're talking about. It's like because boxing, you can just say, hey, well, we're not fighting this guy, even though he has a title. Sometimes, hey, when they're mandatory, still don't have to fight him. Canelo didn't fight his mandatory, right? They gave him a franchise belt instead of fighting Charlo. When Charlo was was mandated, when Gennady Golovkin was mandated to fight Charlo, just said hell no. When Dillian White was mandated to fight Deontay Wilder, just said hell no. And then they say hell no, ignore WBC's orders, and then 2 months later they come back talking about, hey, but I'm the mandatory for so many days. You know what I'm saying? That's just ridiculous. Sadly, that's not how things go in the chaotic world of boxing. Fighter is allowed to avoid the best. So instead of Canelo facing Andrade or Beterbiev, he takes on Rocky Fielding and Sergey Kovalev. Instead of GGG facing Andrade, he takes on Steve Rose and Camille Samaretta. Andrade is the truth. Why do you think none of the champions at 160 want to fight Boo Boo Andrade? Said Porter on social media. Boo Boo is the truth. Shame on me for just not talking about Andrade because Boo Boo is the man. I'm the biggest, probably one of the biggest fans as a fighter that does it. He said, I'm a fighter. I do it. I'm a fan. I'm a fighter myself, right? I'm one of the biggest fans. We go way back to when we were 16. First time we fought each other was when we were 16 years old. The last time we fought each other was when we were about 19 years old. We've even been in camp as professionals, so I'm a humongous fan of his. Everybody calls Errol Spence the truth, but I really think Boo Boo Andrade is the truth. I think being a southpaw, being so intuitive and intelligent in the ring, having the kind of reflex that he does, making the right moves at the right time, said Porter, that's what it is. The way that Andrade dealt with Malik Selecki, a defeat in 2019, I was telling y'all about that, by the way. It was impressive. Andrade dominated Selecki and beating him by a one-sided 12-round unanimous decision. For the fans that know, Selecki is the same guy that Daniel Jacobs struggled to beat in 2018, right? So I can keep on reading. I'll probably put the article in the description box. The bottom line is, it's good to hear somebody say something about Demetrius Andrade other than me. It's ridiculous that we can have champions that people can sit back and say, I ain't going to fight, right? Especially, don't get me started, but Canelo could have fought him for an undisputed fight. I'm so surprised that boxing is not saying anything about that. I keep saying that. Who ignores an undisputed fight? It's okay that Canelo was able to avoid that fight and not talk about it, right? Or Golden Boy, his promotion company. that don't talk about that we had a fight where we could have one champion on the Mexican holiday, just what Canelo wanted, under his circumstances and his conditions, whatever Canelo wanted, we could have had that fight. We could have had one middleweight champion, and Canelo didn't want it, and Golden Boy and all that. That they ignore it, okay. That a few fans, Canelo fans and stuff, people that don't want Andre to get a shot, okay. But all these people who talk boxing, those are the ones I hone in on. Right? They talk boxing, thousands and thousands upon thousands of subscribers and people coming in. People come here, the few people that come here know damn well what they're going to hear. Right? And YouTube wasn't going to help me anyway. That's why I ain't monetized. I ain't got to worry about if they like me or not. Right? I told y'all how that happened at the beginning. I might tell y'all again, but not now. Bottom line is, all these people with all these subscribers and stuff, and being on Instagram and all that stuff, how did all of these knowledgeable people on TV talking boxing missed that we had an undisputed fight between Canelo and Demetrius Andrade 2019 in September. We let Canelo fight Kovalev, and we was talking about two weight classes up with Kovalev, who didn't even really get a real break after his fight with Anthony Yarde. Right? Selective ignorance. Right? That's what that is. Selective. And then the people are gonna follow. So it's just ridiculous. And that's a whole lot of people involved in that. There's no way you can watch boxing and not want to see an undisputed fight, right? About the guy with the highest profile in boxing right now has to be Canelo Alvarez, right? And we know that looking at Canelo Alvarez's record and who he's fought in all these close fights, man, don't get me started with Trout, Austin Trout, open scoring. Trout's outworking this guy. First 4 rounds, outworking the guy for sure, and is told after round 4 he ain't won a round. Has to change his tactic. Then he goes out there, gets clipped, gets knocked down, gets up and still is in that fight. Right? And all those things that go on. The Lara fight. Ridiculous. The 155 pounds. That's not even a weight division. We have 154, we have 160. You can't make one of those? So we get 155 and let him fight guys, and he rehydrates, and he's way bigger than guys. But then we tell Floyd Mayweather, hey, you're 1 pound heavier than Juan Marquez, right? 1 pound heavier than Marquez. We tell, hey, Floyd, you're too big for Marquez, right? And Canelo bigger than everybody for a whole long time. He just started fighting some guys his size, the light heavyweight, right? We don't care about that. Tyson Fury, 50 pounds heavier than Deontay Wilder. We talking about Deontay Wilder like he done stole something. Everybody can't stand it, right? It's just the way these things going, and it's ridiculous. So when you hear someone else say something about Demetrius Andrade, then listen, because the guy, if everybody could beat him, and he's could get beat. Who has he fought? He's fought enough people to be WBO champ at 160 and the same thing at 154. Been calling Canelo out since he's been an infant. What else can you do? And the rest of the people ain't fighting him. And right now, I just did a video about 2 days ago telling you that Jaime Munguia is the WBO mandatory challenger. And Jaime Munguia, as a mandatory challenger, does not want to fight this guy for the championship. Think about that. Munguia is 35-0 with 28 knockouts and mandatory and does not want to fight this guy. And then we're going to ask this guy, who has he fought? Canelo don't want none. Golovkin don't want none. Jaime Munguia don't want none. And you got Eddie Hearn over here trying to talk to Charlo. Right? Charlo is at PBC. Charlo, I don't want to see Charlo and Andrade until they get a chance to fight one of them other ones, Canelo or Golovkin. Then I want to see it. Not before. Why would Hearn's talking to Charlo? Why is he talking to Charlo? You got Golovkin and Canelo at the zone where Andrade is. They're all at the zone. That's why Andrade is there. Those are the ones you're supposed to be hounding on social media. Not trying to go over here talking to Charlo. Yeah, right. Canelo's supposed to be talking to Charlo because he's mandatory. He was, and then Canelo got a franchise championship, right? So he don't have to fight this guy. And the WBC president tries his best to justify that, but he sounds just so ridiculous when he does. So it's a circus. But our job is to focus on those guys. Yes, Demetrius Andrade is a 160-pound champion, WBO style, and has been calling these guys out forever. And none of them want to fight him. There's an article right there that's telling you the same thing. You can't ignore that. And why is it that if these guys are so bad, why don't nobody go get his title? right? It's not like he's standing over there. He's a 22-year-old prospect. He has a title. Why is it that nobody wants it? Think about it. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.